I stepped out of the pouring rain into the Björk Swedish Brasserie on Via Panfilo Castaldi in the Porta Venezia district. Behind the store selling Swedish food is the brasserie seating area, most of it at a large U-shaped bar. There's also a Björk Brasserie in the Valle d'Aosta, situated just a few kilometers from the Malay cider distillery, so it seemed fitting to start with a glass of a cider made by Malay for the Björk Brasserie. Slices of Swedish bread and creamy butter were provided to help me mop up the cider. A kind of preview for my starter sat alongside. A bowl with raw fish, salmon eggs, dill, and a bit of sour cream. The starter itself also had these ingredients, over which a chilled cucumber soup with lots of diced cucumber was poured. Delicious and totally refreshing. If I'd been served this in someone's home, I probably would have hoped for seconds. I switched from the cider to a glass of Franciacorta Brut from the Bosio winery while I waited for my secondo, and as that took a while, I continued on to a glass of Sauvignon Blanc from the Messnerhof in South Tyrol. On the menu, the secondo was billed as a fillet of fresh mackerel with a quail egg, red currants, sour cream, and dill, along with mesclun and red currant leaves. There certainly was a lot of foliage. I've checked with gardener friends who are also cooks, but they say nothing in this bowl resembles red currant leaves. More like beet greens and mustard greens, red chard, baby spinach, perhaps some turnip greens. I correctly identified the dill. Any experts who know for sure what these leaves are, please leave a comment. Buried underneath the botanical canopy was indeed a mackerel fillet, although I can't recall encountering any red currants. It was all very good, however. Maybe you are familiar with Swedish cheeses, but I am not, so my curiosity made me order the cheese plate. The varieties weren't listed, so I asked the Milanese waitress to have the Swedish chef write them all down. From left to right, in ascending order from mild to strong, are, and please forgive my mangled Swedish pronunciation, Västerbotten, Ornes Tegel, and Påveros Blå. That's the blue cheese on the far right, with the cloudberry marmalade next to it. All three were good. Said blue cheese was one of the ripest blue cheeses I have ever eaten. Definitely not for the faint-hearted. It was sheer greed and a sense of duty to my followers, as I know you want to see desserts, that made me order a dessert even though I was very full after the cheeses. I was told the white chocolate mousse with red currants and elderflower jelly was light, so I requested a small portion. That was overruled in the kitchen, where a Swedish sense of fairness and moral obligation to be generous did not want to see me short-changed. The dessert was truly excellent, and I gamely ate it all up. But I have seldom felt so full after dinner. Outside, the rain had stopped, and I welcomed a long, digestive walk.